Let's sneak George in here and say hello to George in Virginia. Hi, George.
Hey, how you doing, Dr. White?
Doing good.
I'm Reformed, and I like to study, objections to Reformed theology. And I had a question on two verses. In Mark 10:21, it says, "Looking at him, Jesus felt a love for him, and said to him." I looked up the word love there, and I'm pretty sure it was the agapeo love. And there's no evidence that this rich young ruler gets saved or anything like that. I was hoping that you would address that, and also 2 Peter 2:1 in reference to limited atonement.
Well, in regards to Mark 10:21, first of all, there really isn't any biblical distinction between agapao and phileo, agape and others. I know it's really common, and you hear people preaching about, that's an agape kind of love. Good luck trying to substantiate that from the actual uses of the terms in the New Testament. It's a good solid word for love, and unless you believe that God has no love for the non-elect, then the text doesn't cause you a problem, because the fact that God shows his love for the non-elect through his patience and through the general call of the gospel and everything else. You just have to recognize the difference between a general love and the redemptive love that actually brings about the salvation of someone. We don't know what happened to the rich young ruler. We don't know if after Pentecost he was converted. We're not told, and this text isn't attempting to answer these things. The point is that it does seem to indicate that this particular individual, in giving the answers that he gave, was giving an answer not out of self-deceit. He really did answer this way, the question honestly. He really did think that he had kept these things from his youth up. And I personally interpret that to Jesus' love for him that is expressed in his then exposure of his sin, as a wonderful example of what God's love really does. Because what does Jesus do? And he says, you lack one thing, go sell all that you have and give to the poor, and you'll have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. What is Jesus doing? He's exposing the fact this man's an idolater. This man thinks he has actually kept the second table of the law, when in fact he's violated the first. And so real Christian love as Jesus illustrated it, will always point out sin and will point to the true worship of God. That's what real love is. And it's not based upon what's going to happen as a result. It's not based upon whether this man is elect or non-elect or any of the rest of that stuff. That's not even in view here. What is in view is here you have a man who may well have been led astray by the externalized religion of his day. But Jesus exposes his self-righteousness, and he does so in love. It is a loving thing to point out self-righteousness to someone. And that's how I understand the text.